A very good morning to you. My name is Michelle Ngele. We interrupt normal programming this morning to give you reports just reaching us. A chopper has just crashed into Lake Nakuru this morning. The chopper had just taken off from a nearby hotel near Lake Nakuru. Rescue mission is still ongoing. Details about the crash remain scanty. We're now joined by our reporter Victor Ogale, who is at the scene of the incident. Victor, what more do we know at this hour?
County Hotel that is near Freehold Estate off Kano Street in Nakuru County, and flew for about 10 minutes, and it took the route southwards through Lakeview Estate and into the park, and a few minutes according to the satellite images that we've seen, it went missing. And from where I am standing, it should be, in our estimation, should be directly where the camera is pointing now. That is where the rescue mission is awaiting the arrival of a boat and a chopper from Nairobi. But we've managed to establish that the boat is coming from Naivasha and it is on its way. So anytime from now, it should be here because the divers are ready from the Kenya Wildlife Service, from the Kenya Red Cross, and there is a possibility of seeking backup from the military. Remember, we just have Lanet Barracks here, just a few kilometers from Nakuru. So the chopper, once it left at around some minutes past 7 a.m., it was headed southwards, and the details of the occupants inside the chopper is still not quite is not coming out very clear, because there are earlier reports that they said that they were journalists, but the list that we got, we managed to talk to our colleagues who also come from across other media houses, but we have established that they are safe and they are alive and they are in Nairobi. However, we have also spoken to the OCPD of Nakuru, that is Joshua Mukata, and the list that he has given us, the people that perhaps could have succumbed to the chopper crash, most of them were Jubilee party members from Nakuru County here. Most of them have been vocal here and in party matters here in Nakuru County. So that is what we are following up as at now, waiting for the rescue mission to begin as at yet, so that we can know exactly who was in the chopper and what really transpired.
Victor, you mentioned receiving reports that those who may have been on this chopper may have succumbed in this crash. Is this information we can confirm, despite the fact that we do not know who really was in this chopper?
Yeah, the 5 on board, because we spoke to the hotel management a while ago before we came here, and they saw 5 people entering the chopper before it took off. And according to the reports we are getting, it did not land anywhere else apart from when it crashed and it sank inside the Lake Nakuru National Park, inside the lake. And also, it is the rescuers also have to be a little bit careful, because remember, here they are also hippopotamus, and because so that might also perhaps hamper the rescue mission, because they have to be careful, because these are wild animals, and if they're not careful, they may be attacked or something might happen similar to that. But I can also confirm to you, but there is a heavy contingent of all security units from the Kenya Police, the Kenya Wildlife Service, the Kenya Forest Service, the CID. So all units have responded here together with the Red Cross and other rescuers from the St. John Ambulance, just waiting for the rescue mission to begin before we get to know the deep, or rather the root cause of the matter.
You mentioned that the plane took off just minutes past 7 a.m. This morning, crashed into Lake Nakuru just minutes after. It's now just 20 minutes to 11 a.m. Quite a long time, really, considering that we have the Red Cross on the ground. What is it? What kind of specialized rescue equipment do they need to begin the rescue mission?
Well, those in charge that we managed to talk to, including the people in charge of this particular park, because I've told you there are wild animals, so they're waiting for a speedboat that was in Naivasha, Lake Naivasha, so it is on its way coming here. The second thing they've mentioned of a chopper, so they can try and perhaps and using chains and chain the chopper that has crashed inside the water so that it can lift it up and put it to safe ground. So we're talking about the chopper and you're talking about the speedboat that has to arrive here so that the divers can get to where it is. But we're just using an estimation going with the satellite images that we have seen pointing southwards, rather southeast. So, but the particular location where the chopper has sunk has not been established yet. So this might be some sort of a goose chase which might take a few minutes or hours before they dig deep into the particular place where the chopper has sunk inside the water.
All right, Victor, do stay with us. I will be coming back to you for a few more details. Just to recap, this is reports just reaching us this morning. A chopper has just crashed into Lake Nakuru. The chopper had just taken off from a nearby hotel. The rescue mission is still ongoing, although details about the crash are still scanty. Our reporter, Victor Gale, there establishing the chopper took off just a few minutes past 7 a.m. this morning. 5 passengers are said to have been seen boarding the chopper just minutes before it crashed into the Lake Nakuru. So far, officials at the scene are still waiting for a rescue reinforcement coming in from Naivasha. But let's speak to Alex Kiprotich, a journalist with the Standard and our bureau chief there in Nakuru. Alex, there's been a lot of scanty details really with regard to the occupants of the chopper in question this morning. Some say it may have been 5 journalists. Some say that it could have been members of the Jubilee party. Do we know who was in this chopper?
Yes, so far we are picking up information, and what we've gotten is that they were not actually journalists, but some 5 guys, four guys actually, and a lady who work for a politician in Nakuru.
All right, and Alex, do we know which politician, perhaps allied to which party, so we perhaps be able to establish the identities of these people?
Actually, this may not name the politician, but we've gotten the names of the victims, which are 4 male and 1 lady. From the information actually we've pieced up from the hotel is that the 4 guys actually checked in the hotel at around 6 p.m. yesterday. They booked the rooms and they left until this morning at around 6 a.m. when they came back in a company of a lady, and they straight away headed to where the chopper was parked and they took off. So just to make a correction, it was not actually at 7 a.m. when they left, but at around 6 or 5 in the morning.
6 or 5 in the morning. All right, yes. Alex, do we have any more information pertaining to the incidents that perhaps led to the crash?
At this point, we don't have, because the police are not saying anything, and this is all the information we're getting from the hotel. They've given us the names of the 4, and yeah, that is all we have at the moment.
All right, and I mean, looking at the pictures from the scene of the incident, the weather looks quite okay. Could this have been as a result of harsh weather conditions? Because the Met Department had warned Kenyans of rather harsh weather conditions for the better part of the week.
Yeah, the weather actually in Nakuru is not good. You could see last night actually it rained almost the whole night, and I think it must have been the cause of poor visibility on the side of the pilot.
All right, many thanks, Alex Kiprotich there, a Standard journalist in Nakuru, just giving us a bit more clarification. So the occupants of the chopper in question are indeed 5 passengers, 4 men and 1 lady who was seen entering the chopper at about 6 or 5 a.m. this morning and not 7 a.m. as earlier reported. And just a recap of what we know so far, news just reaching us this morning. We do have live pictures there from our reporter Victor Gale. That is just next to Lake Nakuru, where the chopper is said to have crashed. The reports now indicate that the 5 passengers, of course, have not been rescued yet. Officials from Nakuru County saying the 5 may have succumbed, but we are still waiting for a confirmation after the search and rescue mission is complete. We're seeing there are members of the Kenya Red Cross, among other institutions, who are at the scene waiting for reinforcement to come in from Nakuru. So if you're just joining us, a quick reminder, news just reaching us this morning. A chopper has just crashed into Lake Nakuru this morning. The chopper had taken off from a nearby hotel. The rescue mission is still ongoing, but details about the crash remain scanty. What we do know right now is that we can dismiss information that the occupants of this crash were indeed journalists. It was 4 men and 1 lady, but according to our reporter there, Alex Kiprotich, it was members or men allied to a certain politician in Nakuru County. We'll be getting more details on this, but let's take a look at the situation at the Lake Nakuru shore as we speak. Get more on this situation from our reporter Victor Gale. He is following up on the events at the Lake Nakuru, which is the scene of the incident this morning. Victor, what more do you have for us?
Well, I've managed to get a few witnesses who were here when the crash happened, and they just are going to help us just paint a picture of what they really saw, which happened. Habari ya asubuhi, labda tu tueleze ulishuhudia nini ama uliona nini?
Mimi kitu yenye nilikuwa kwa nyumba, nikasikia mgurumo kubwa. After then, my friend akaniita, akaniambia ati ameshuhudia, ameona ndege ikianguka kwa maji. After hapo, ndio tukakuja hivi. Tukakujiwa na maaskari wakatuambia tukuje tuwasaidie.
So ukisema ulikuwa kwa nyumba, labda ulikuwa manyumba direction gani ama mtaa gani, labda tu tuelezee.
Hapa tu karibu na game park. Tunaishi tu hapa karibu kwa fence. Yeah. Saye after vile aliona alikimbia kwa ofisi, akaenda akaripoti. Kwenda kuripoti kukaka dakika 30 minutes ndio maaskari wakakuja. Yeah.
Wacha nizungumze na mwenzako, karibia, songa tu karibu. Labda tuelezee tu ni nini uliona ama nini ulishuhudia kama mwenzako alivyosema.
Majina naitwa Milwamboi. Ilikuwa mwendo ya saa 1 asubuhi. Wakati nilisikia ndege na nikatoka nje ya gate kuangalia hiyo ndege juu ilikuwa na mgurumo kubwa, na vile nilitoka niliona ikiwa side ya lake. Nikaangalia juu hiyo ndege ilikuwa inaenda tena inapaa juu once. Vile ilipaa juu mimi nikasimama nione nini, kama ni mtu anajifunza ndege ama nini.
Ngoja. Unamaanisha ilikuwa inapanda juu inashuka, inapanda inashuka?
Ilikuwa inaenda kilomita kiasi, tena inapanda juu tu once. Vile imepaa juu tena inageuka. Ikigeuka ilikuja saidi ya mlima, ikakuja ikaenda mpaka nikaacha kuona ndege. Sana naona indicator peke yake. Mimi nikasimama hapo mpaka sasa yenyewe ilirudi side ya lake. Vile ilirudi side ya lake ikakuja ikakaribia maji kabisa, ikaanguka kwa maji na ikanyamaza. Haikuwa sauti tena.
So labda kwa mtazamo wako ama kwa estimation yako, unaona labda pile ilikaa hewani kijumba kama kwa dakika ngapi hivi kabla msikie sauti kwa maji?
Kwa kuyumba haikuyumba hata kidogo. Ilikuwa inaenda tu vizuri. Haikuyumba hata kidogo.
So ilichukua muda gani kabla wakati ulipoanza kusikia ikiguruma hivyo, ilikuwa inaguruma hadi ilipoanguka ndani ya maji?
Haikuchukua hata 30 seconds, dakika 30 haikumaliza. Juu sasa mimi najua ndege inaenda faster. Ilienda sasa, mimi lazima tu kuangalia juu nilikuwa na mafua manguo, nikatoka nje kujiangalilia. Vile niliona imelandi chini na imeanguka chini, si nikaanza kuita watu. Vile niliita watu nikamwambia vile niliona, although kula mwingine alikuwa ameniangalia nikiangalia, akaiona ikianguka, akasema hata mimi nimeiona, alikuwa geti ya juu pale tunaishi. Mimi nikasema wacha niende kwa polisi juu nishaenda tena hapa kwa KWS kwa ofisi zao. Niliripoti kuna ndege imeanguka, wanaweza okoa mtu mmoja ambao wawili.
So, shukran sana Mary Wambui. Well, those were just some of the witnesses perhaps who were here fast after the crash happened, and we'll continue keeping you updated and telling you what is unfolding here as we await for the rescue missions to continue with their work. As at now, the response is quite well. We have a high contingent of security officers and the people in charge with the rescue operations together with the Kenya Wildlife Service, and for us is just to wait and perhaps see. And remember also, just to put you in the know, is that today the head of state was to have a rally in a place called Oluposumoru, which is at the border of Narok County and Nakuru County. So there could be a possibility that those who were on board were headed towards there, because after there he was to head to Kajiado for yet another rally. Remember, the repeat election is just a few days from now, and now the political parties are in a campaign period, an electioneering period, and in terms of seeking votes. And so that is what is happening here in Nakuru. The rescue mission is being awaited here. Remember, as we've told you earlier, there is a boat that we are waiting to arrive from Naivasha to come here, so the divers can get into the boat and go and perhaps first try and locate the particular point where the chopper crashed and where it sank. Already we've seen a police chopper around in the skyline, but it has since gone. But we are just waiting to see what will happen here next from Nakuru.
All right, Victor, just before I let you go, just a few minutes ago, we spoke to Alex Kiprotich, our colleague also from Nakuru, and he seems to have a list of the victims that were in this chopper this morning, dismissing that they were not journalists. Do we have perhaps any friends and family, considering this information is already out, who are now thronging the Lake Nakuru for more details on what happened to the loved ones?
Well, I will use one of the guys known as Sam, who earlier in the morning he posted a photo on Facebook about him being on the chopper, and he took a photo next to the chopper. And perhaps, I mean, that is what people do when you go on holiday in Mombasa and you have the palm trees on your background. You post a photo on social media, be it on WhatsApp or Facebook or Instagram. That is what he did, and shortly after, he, according to the hotel management, he was seen together with other 3 Jubilee supporters. And I remember the 3 have particularly been linked to one of the candidates here who was one of the front runners in the previous election on August the 8th, running on a Jubilee party ticket. And the police are they're not coming out clear with the details, because remember, even us getting here, we had to force our way inside the park. So they just are saying hi. When you go and asking them, they just tell you in Swahili, hiyo maneno ni ngumu, tuongea baadaye, maneno ni ngumu. Though the OCPD for Nakuru here, Joshua Mukata, was a little bit helpful. He tried, at least he gave us the number, gave us the chopper, the color of the chopper. So the details of those who have succumbed to the crash is something that we'll have to wait a little bit longer perhaps to quite establish. Though we can say, because earlier on there were reports that our colleagues were inside the chopper, but it seems our colleagues were not, because they had said that there were 4 journalists together with the pilot, making the number of those on board the chopper to 5. But we have established that those, actually one of them who was supposed to be on the chopper is right here with me. We've spoken a few minutes ago. So that is something we'll have to wait a little longer before we get to know. And also remember, when it comes to police and security matters, there seems to be a lot of protocol here, because a particular officer says they cannot talk because their senior has to come, and they're waiting for a team, a high delegation from Nairobi that is on its way, so they can come here and perhaps give us a particular, or rather a proper brief concerning the crash.
All right, thank you, Victor Ogale, keeping an eye on that situation there. If you are just joining us, this news reaching us this morning. A chopper has crashed this morning at the Lake Nakuru with 5 occupants on board. All the 5 occupants are believed to have been 4 men and 1 lady allied to a politician who is allied to the Jubilee party. Officials at the scene, including the Kenya Red Cross, believe all those who may have been on this chopper may have succumbed to this crash, but we are still waiting for confirmation as rescue teams are waiting for reinforcement from Naivasha. The chopper is said to have taken off from a nearby hotel at the Lake Nakuru at about 5 minutes past 6 a.m. this morning, and is said to have crashed into the Lake Nakuru just a few minutes after takeoff. More details on this developing story as and when we receive it.